Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Call Center Veteran. I am David. I am the call center veteran. I have been working in call centers and BPOs for over 18 years, and I want to share my thoughts and experience with you. Thank you, everyone that saw the first video. That was the introduction to call centers. But now I want to make a video about something that I believe it's a good thing to have into consideration when you're finding a new job, and it's something that recently changed after 2020 because there used to be work at home, but it was not as much as it was after the pandemic. So let's discuss about this and leave me your comments here in the comment section so you can tell me what you think about it. So remember, work from home versus working in site. To me, this whole thing started in 2020, but it was probably already around before that time. So in 2020, that was a year that looked like it was going to be a perfect year until it didn't look like that anymore. Do you remember the last time that you went back to the office before you got sent back home? I do, and I do it vividly. I was working for SiriusXM back then. To me personally, that was the last time I had to step foot in an office building. But ever since then, I have done everything from the tranquility of my home, and sometimes even while traveling. And as much as it was an abrupt change in my life, I still miss things like meeting new people, but I also don't miss things like being in the traffic. So here, I want to tell you how my life changed between working in the office and working at home, and sometimes anywhere remotely. So here we go. Ever since I started working in the industry, the idea of a remote job was something unthinkable to me. Because of the type of work where there's a lot of people, a lot of cubicles, a lot of buildings, and all of this. And basically, I never thought that it was going to, at some point, all be able to be sent, all be able to be done directly from our desks at home. So everyone knew you had to go to the location, use their equipment, follow the schedule, and go back home. And nowadays we can look for and we can have jobs using our own equipment from the room or desired location. You don't have to drive anywhere to make money, and also you can do it while not wearing shoes. So some of them also let you make your own schedule. So things have become a lot different. But I want to say, I'm talking about the call center industry because we know that there's a lot of freelancer jobs and things that probably people were already working this way before. But don't get confused. I'm just talking about the call center industry and what I think about working from home and versus working inside, and what are the differences that I notice if you have to choose, because a lot of jobs they want you to choose what's best for you. So the things that I like most about going to the office were, first of all, meeting new people. Being a good teammate is something that will always make your work a lot easier. And knowing that we are all on the same boat and meeting new people which whom you share the same interests while making money is a wonderful thing. So you can meet friends that are going through the same experience. Some people have even found love there. You can meet a lot of people. You can meet a lot of your love of your life. So it's an experience very similar to high school somehow. The long hallways full of lockers, the cafeteria, having your buddies there with you. And if sometime you feel like you want to quit, think about the friends and the moments that you may miss. That's something that keeps you happy to have your friends around. On the downside, as well as you can meet people that you like, you may also meet people that you don't like. But don't let that interfere with your work. Having to sit next to someone that you dislike or having to share an elevator can sometimes be a pain, but we are all here professionals, so let's avoid any unnecessary conflict, and don't forget that you're there just to make the money. So now, when you work from home, the whole stage of going to a place and meet new people is basically over. You may meet some new people in real life, but you may also work with people that you will never get to see their faces. It has been a recent experience for me in my most recent job. I was probably worked with these people maybe for 2 years, and I have never seen their faces, just heard their voices. So for a stage of life when you feel you have enough friends, it's not that bad. But you also get to spend more time with your family and your neighbors and pets if that works for you. So socially, There's a big difference. You decide which one you could like better. Another thing I like was that I got to be myself and wear whatever I want while being in the call center or being at home, especially. So different from school, which at least where I live, we had to wear a uniform every day, and using civilian clothes rarely ever happens. Places like university, for example, for that you wear your normal clothes, but that will always depend on how chill they are about this. So some places may not care if you show to work on shorts or wearing sandals or like even metal shirts. It's kind of all different designs, but it's not very professional to do that. So some places will just not care, but some places will tell you basically how do you expect you to dress while you work there. So that's one thing when you have to go to the office. You have to consider what's their dress code. Now, some other places will ask you to wear business casual, and if you're not used to it, get used to it. Believe me, it will make you look very good. You're going to look very good wearing professional clothes. And the downside of this, it could be only if you don't feel comfortable with. So when you work from home, you don't have any kinds of limits like that unless you have to be seen every day and maybe through a video call. But you can be as comfortable as you want. But it's a pro tip to dress well every day, even when no one sees you. It makes the work feel more important, and that makes you more focused, makes you feel more comfortable, and it's a pro tip that I'm giving to you. So another thing that I miss from work is that it made me move a lot. I miss this from working on site because it made me go from my home to the workplace and back. So I had to be moving from point A to point B, and I was definitely in a lot better shape back then than the shape that I am right now. So the constant moving from your house to work, from your desk to relaxation room, from parking lot to your cubicle, and a lot of more examples like that, it made me be very active. Now, on the downside is that I live in a country that is currently collapsing when it comes to traffic. So there is a part of the afternoon which you already know it will take you a few hours in traffic to get home, and you can imagine how stressful that can be. So also, unfortunately, being out on the streets has a possibility of being dangerous. For example, you can get robbed, you can meet crazy people in the street, you can get into an accident and things like that. Sometimes I had to walk 10 minutes to get the bus on time, and that was good for my health, but it was not as good for my safety. For very fortunate for me, nothing bad happened, but you never know. Since we got sent to work at home, my life became a more sedentary, and my daily activities involve less walking. Even when I work out regularly, I go out almost every day. I don't have to spend that much money on gas. That's another advantage that I have from working at home. I don't really have to spend any money on gas, only when I go outside to do my outside of work activities. And I don't have to wait countless hours being stuck in traffic. I get to decide when I'm going to be out or not, especially on rainy days, which are very usual here where I live. So I don't have to share public spaces with strangers either, and that, to me, at least, that's amazing. So that's another benefit of working at home, is that you don't have to go through traffic. You don't have to be, you don't have the risk of getting sick if you get caught in a rainstorm. So there's a lot of other things that you want to keep in consideration. Of course, if you have to go to work and you have to drive or take a bus, you have to get up a little bit earlier to be there on time. And the difference is that when you're at home, all you have to do is just basically get ready before you move to the desk that could be in the next room. So that's another difference. Another thing is that when you go to work at some places, you're going to have a lot of options for when it comes to food in the cafeteria, because there's going to be some places that have their own restaurants there, and they were going to give you more options. And if you stay at home, you're basically just going to have whatever you usually eat at home. So that's another thing you have to take in consideration. But it's very lucky that you don't have to be carrying a lunchbox or something like that. When you do it at home, you can just take it from your fridge. Another thing is that You can personalize your workspace here at home. You have your desk with all of the things that you like. But if you do this from work, you're probably just gonna have a standard cubicle that may not allow to for you to have this many things change into it. So one thing that I can say that may not be very nice about working at home that a lot of companies may not like is that there are some places that have a lot of background noises, and sometimes it's not up to you, it's up to your neighbors. There's neighbors that have dogs, there's neighbors that have chickens, turkeys. For example, here at my home, sometimes every once in a while I can hear a helicopter or an airplane, and there's some places that where your neighbor is going to blast some music very loudly, and you need to get a place at home where you can try to cancel all of this noise because it's not good for the business. Now, if you do it from work, most offices they are noise they are noise free. They have these windows, they cancel the noise. The whole place is designed to do that. So that's one thing that you also have to keep in consideration. And if you need IT to help you, it's better to have IT in the location. They're going to go see that there. If you have a problem with your computer, they may change it right away. But if you have to go to the place when you work at home, you have to disconnect the whole equipment and take it to the office so they can see it. Or in my case, I use my own equipment, so I'm responsible for everything that needs to be done in my equipment. So there you go. Those are my quick observations about it. The two modalities of work right now in 2025. There's hybrid as well. There's some places that require you go some days, and they know they can do this. They can hire you to work from your home. A lot of places that used to have big buildings with a lot of flats and flats of offices, now they know that they don't really have to spend on rent doing that, and they will allow you to do it at home. And also there's a lot of benefits on it, so it's into their consideration as well. They are aware like that. And me, for example, I have been lucky enough to not only work from my house or my girlfriend's house, but I have also been able to do it from places like, for example, Europe. I have taken my computer with me and I have worked in Paris and Rome. I have also done it from New York, from Las Vegas. And just while I'm on vacation, I'm able to see that. So I hope this was helpful to you, and that will give you a better idea about what's the kind of job that you would like to get. If you like it inside, if you like it from home, they are both very good. But those are my observations about both of them. Now, tell me, please, which one do you like the best? Put it here in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and also to share this video if you find it helpful. And I see you around, everyone. I'm gonna make more videos more often, so I really appreciate you for your time. This was David, the call center veteran, and thank you for watching.